Welcome, friends. Oh, you guys can't see that. I always forget they do that. It's so weird. But yeah, welcome to our roster reviews. We're just going to have a fun time doing roster reviews. That's kind of it for today. I just need the thingy-majig. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? The thingamajig, the who's and what's it? You know, you add it to the other thing and you get the who's and maha. No, I just need the link to this just so that way I can let everyone know on Discord. Sorry, I'm running a bit behind today. I was trying my best to kind of help figure out the scoring for our Grand Arena championship that we're doing, and so we're trying to total the scores for the first week. We have 2 teams down. If you are part of the other 2 teams, which is the Boobs and Damn Kyberese, I think. If you're part of either of those teams, please make sure your scores are in, and we'll total them. But yeah. You just unlocked Lord Vader today, Robert Spangler? Congratulations. God, it's cool early to skip a French test. Nice. Jay Snoogins, welcome to all of you. Okay, we have our stuff up for the Discord. So you guys are good to sign up for roster reviews at this point. Okay, sick. Also, good news on the free to play. Yeah, next I have no idea how to say that. Putting them in team chat. So if we have here, I'll show you guys a perfect example of like what breaks it down for me. Is something like this. This is perfect for you guys. So this is in our server logs, obviously, but this right here we can find, this is in, yeah, this is amazing, where you have all of the people written down with all the check marks, because I can just go through here and total up the wins and be like, oh yeah, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 plus another 6 is 14, and then because they got 3 wins, they each get an additional point, so that's going to be a 16 score right there. And so I can total it really easily when you guys do something like that, so please do something like that if possible. The only one we're waiting on this team is Edrin, and then on the Boobs, I just need someone to total it up basically, and I think I'm missing one person because I see 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, so we're missing Lefty Roper. That's right. So we'll probably average out Lefty Roper. We'll kind of see. But yeah. Kybers. Okay. Got it. I wasn't sure with the E in the end. Got it. Definitely don't have a 97% of the class, but mine that sweet to bead at 3 AM that I need to skip it. I have no idea what that means. Is that some kind of a like some kind of way of like an idiom of some type? I don't know. But yeah, you know, some fun news over here is a Kybers is a rabid beaver reference? Oh, I can't even keep track of my own references. I feel so bad. Okay, so we did get this week, and we will have for this upcoming Grand Arena. Speaking of which, everyone make sure you're signing up for Grand Arena. Make sure you're locked in and ready to go. Oh, went to bed at... Okay, yeah. You also spelled bed wrong. Who is in the lead right now? So as far as we know, for the scores that we do have, let's take a look at the score report. It looks like Shadow Vipers are currently in the lead with 20. And the Lubed Lads are currently in number 2 with 18 wins. So we will see as people bring in their own scores, but we shall see. Depending on what happens with a couple of guys, if we have anyone dropping out, we may have me switch over to another team. So, Sith. This is what we got. We got ourselves a Sidiouscron. Is it the best Sidiouscron? No, it really isn't. We have whenever a dark side ally resists a debuff, they recover 2% health and protection. Really not that helpful. Whenever enemies are damaged at the start of their turn, Sith allies gain 2% turn meter. This is actually fairly good. I like the idea of this with a Sidious. And then we have the Sidiouscron. So, hey, Joshua Hernandez, welcome. Also, I do want to put a disclaimer out there for those of you. So we've started a new thing in our Discord, which is those people who are willing to help out with the just overall. Oh, are these guys immune to dots? Yeah, so this guy's not going to do anything in this fight. Also, the fact that he just took a maul is insane. Like, I can't believe he just took a full set of maul. Yeah, the score report is with the bonus points of going 3-0 and minus the points of going 0-3. So, for instance, the Shadow Vipers, which is my team, I went 0-3 this week, and so I minused a winning point from them. But then 4 of them went 3-0, and so they all added a point. So I had to do all the add points and then minus 1 point for me. So. But yeah, so we're doing a new thing where we have a group of guys who are going to be our damn timekeepers. They are the people that are going to be helping me out, try to go through my streams, like while you guys are watching them, and basically be able to get the chapters in, which will allow us to be able to, if you're watching after the stream, you're able to go through and be like, oh yeah, I want to skip to this battle, I want to skip to this battle, oh, Rabid Beaver's just going on and on, let's skip over to this. And then, you know, if they're feeling generous, they'll also mark down roster reviews, but I'm not requiring that of them. But for those of you who have decided to become damn timekeepers, keep in mind you do have a live roster review that you can do on stream today. You just hit me up in a DM and we can pull you into a chat and have a live roster review, or we can have a private roster review if you're not comfortable having a live roster review on stream. So yeah, I'm very curious what this guy can beat, because I haven't really seen much for GLs. I've seen, you know, he can take down a GL team, which is really impressive. Like we have we have a picture of me taking down 3 of 5 on a, what team was it? Jabba. So like, it looks like this can take out quite a bit. Gosh dang it, they cleansed it. Yeah, Next Reaper has already volunteered Joshua, so up to you which one of you wants to do it for today. Okay. Let's check our roster review section and see what we got. Heck yeah, all the Starkiller Team Zetas, that's awesome. You'll put them in Discord after? Okay, sounds good, Next Reaper. Let's take a look at our roster review section, see what we got so far. Okay, so we got I Don't Wail, that's Griffin if I recall correctly. Let's just make sure our roster is saved. Yep. Sounds good, Joshua. Yeah, Nex is helping out with our timestamps, but he's not a YouTube moderator, so I appreciate the help. Did I just read that and then not read that? Okay. Oh, hold on. Let me check it with my guild, make sure that I don't gotta place anything really quick. Okay, so this is phase 2. There is not any orders for me to place anything. Okay, I think we're good. Sounds good, Griffin. And Griffin, so how does roster reviewing work? Here, let me throw it into, I actually got you, boo. Hold on. C. And then sign into chat. Okay. Right there, you got a little post. I'm going to pin it to the top. So, basically, our priority for roster reviews are live memberships or our damn timekeepers. And then we have anyone that super chats will obviously be put to the top of the list, even if we're in the middle of the list. They'll immediately get put to the top. And then anyone who posts in Discord under our roster review section is the next place that we look. And then chat is the last place we look. And so if we have time, we'll do the people in chat. But we'll try to always get to the people that are in the Discord. And for those of you looking for a Discord link, I will throw it in the chat as well. Although it is in the description of the video. So you just throw it on there and you can just get a free roster review. If you want to go up in the list, then you're going to want to super chat. Okay, so Griffin. Let me add you to this. If you're willing to help out with the timekeepers, let me add you to the timekeepers. There you are. And tell me, since you are a timekeeper and you're willing to help out, would you like a live roster review today, or would you like to just do a regular roster review? It's up to you. Interesting thing with Bane versus SLKR, it just always ends in a stalemate, lol. Yeah, if you're in Grand Arena, you won't have any problems with Bane versus SLKR because you get out before him, and so you hit that, you hit the increase in cooldowns, and basically SLKR will not be able to ramp nearly as much as he needs to. But outside of Grand Arena, it's like a 50-50 chance whether or not it siphons from the wrong person. I've done it a couple times, and he's just siphoned from the trooper with the Datacron. But if you're doing it without the Datacron, it's really big a struggle. Yeah, that's 100% fine with me, Griffin. If you prefer a private one, I am down for private ones. That is how my memberships work for anyone that is damn awesome or higher. They can either choose private or they can choose live on stream with everyone. Okay. You throwing things at me, Mara? Like, literally, how did you do that? That, literally, you threw it from the bed to me. Okay. Congratulations, Mr. Rainstorm. That's awesome. Dude, you have 3 hours. Please go to Grand Arena. Here, I'm going to show you right now, Mr. Rainstorm. I don't know how much you know about the game, but get into Grand Arena ASAP. So you click over here on the Arena section, Grand Arena, and make sure your roster is saved, and so you're in this Grand Arena. You have 2 hours and 40 minutes to sign up before it's closed for the week. If you need an explanation of Grand Arena, let me know, and I'm 100% down to go into it. Let's jump into Griffin, though. Okay. Mr. Rainstorm, welcome to the damn community. Thank you for the sub, dude. Okay, you know a decent amount. Sounds good. Then yeah, just make sure that you're locked in. Okay, so Griffin said you want a farming order. Okay, so you have a Dark Trooper, which is great. Are you just looking for like your next major farm, Griffin? I think we've talked about your account a couple times. Let's take a look at kind of your overall characters that are close. Do you have a current farming plan, or are you looking for a farming plan, Griffin? Because I've got the memory of a goldfish, and so I genuinely can't remember the last time we looked at your account. So I'm just kind of going through while I wait on you. Okay. I think whatever you do, the first thing you should do is relic your Iden Versio. You have the ships done, like you have the Interceptor already. Relic that Iden Versio. That's going to be huge to help out with your ships. I think that's going to be very, very important. As for next farms, I mean, you have two options. Let's take a look. You have the Executor, I'm guessing? Yeah, you have the Executor. Yeah, I saw the Razor Crest, that's right. You didn't buy the Resistance. Thought he was unlocking Bane, but did the math completely wrong. Oh, dude, yeah, I was at work listening to the stream, and I was just in pain for him. I was like, dude, no, I wasn't in pain. I was in Bane for him, dude. Then probably Profundity. Okay. Yeah, so I definitely think you're right on the money. I would say add Iden Versio right now as like a current farm. And then fill in some holes a little later, obviously. Let's take a look at your rebels. Basically, when it comes to going for JML, you want to ensure that you have this team finished, which it looks like you do, which is good. Because a lot of people will just go for the requirements for Jedi Knight Luke and just not finish the other people in there. You have Jedi Knight Luke finished. Yeah, so you're really close to Jedi Master Luke. What happened? I had something called school. It sucks. I never get to watch your streams anymore. Fair, Griffin. Yeah, school's rough. I'm glad I'm doing online. Okay, so let's see. Shocked he at Gear 1 pains me. I mean, it's not that bad, honestly. Like, Shock T's not amazing. Hey, Eli, welcome. But yeah, okay. So yeah, you're firmly on your way for JML. I personally prefer getting up the Jedi. So getting up your Old Ben, getting up your Hermit Yoda, getting up your Jedi Knight Luke. And then getting your Rebels up next, which is Chewbacca up to Relic 6, C-3PO up to Relic 5, Han Solo up to Relic 6, and I think 3POC up to Relic 5, I think, if I recall correctly. I firmly believe that's the best way to do your JML farm, just because that'll allow you to just increase the teams you already have. Shock T is amazing, but like I don't have a spot for her right now in my roster. I've had a Relic 5 Shock T that just floats between teams for like the last year and a half. I only got the 465 crate or whatever it is, the 400 one. 450 maybe. Okay, but yeah, JML into Profundity I don't think is bad at all. I think this is great for you. Honestly, I'm not really seeing a whole lot of holes. I would say get that Iden Versio first, then go for JML, and then from JML, You can maximize your raid score. 100% you can do that. The problem is some of the raid characters are not great. Example would be Jedi Knight Luke is surprisingly not very good in the raid. Another example of this would be Chewbacca and Lando are also both pretty garbage in the raid. So I can understand getting your raid characters up, and Iden Versio is going to do that for you, because you get Iden Versio and C-3PO together, and they can basically do a max run at Relic 3. And so, very much a good character for your raid maximization, if that's something you're worried about. But honestly, a lot of the characters that you'd go for the raid are just so-so. Like, Han Solo's really good. Like, if you have Han Solo with Piet, really, really good. You can get a max run. So you get, you know, both of them up, so Han's at least Relic 5, you're going to immediately be able to do a ton, almost a max run on the Relic 5 level. So, it's good things to look at, but I personally would rather focus on teams that I'm using in Grand Arena, but hey. Yeah, exactly, Jay Snoogins. Like, we don't have a raid going on right now, or so I show you kind of what I do with it, but yeah, like, it's fantastic. You can't go wrong with that. How dare you, Jay Snoogins? So what are you thinking after Profundity? Because, like, you're working on Profundity, obviously. You know, Profundity's not a bad thing. We'll take a look at your AdRad. You're already close to a 7-star AdRad. Hey, Wep, welcome. You're already close to a 7-star AdRad, which is great. So, like, you're kind of already working on your overall AdRad stuff to get your things. Oh yeah, Veers is amazing in the raid. Any kind of Imperial Trooper is fantastic. If you can combine some Imperial Troopers with some Rebels and just make a bunch of teams, you're going to get tons and tons of score. Especially if you don't throw it on auto and you just have the barest semblance of an idea of how the raid works. You can get tons and tons of score. Okay, so you're still waiting on an Outrider. I'm guessing you're farming that. You're still waiting on Biston's Ewing. I'm guessing you're farming that. Hey, TSP, welcome. Leia or Jabba? I think those are the two. I mean, if you're going to go for JML and you're going to go for Profundity, you need to go for the Holy Trinity. Plus a ship, of course. So you might as well go for the Holy Trinity of Galactic Legends. If I'm going to be honest with you, I would personally like you to go for Leia. You can go for Jabba. You can 100% go for Jabba, and Jabba won't be a bad character in this. I think either one will work. I just think Leia you're kind of in that sweet spot where Leia's requirements are all becoming double drop farmable, and you know you can get your where is he? This beautiful Relic 3 Crex you have right here is already a step in that direction. And so I would suggest Leia. If you're worried about mods, of course, you can go for Jabba. But honestly, I think Leia is great. And then it also gives you time to kind of farm into Jabba as well. So, they are, Eli, they are right here in the roster review tab. It's about, I'd say about halfway down. I lost it. There it is. Yeah, RRs and giveaways. That's what the name of it. You already have all of them 7-star? Yeah, so 100%. Hold on. We're talking about the Leia requirements, right? Let's check Hut Cartel. Yeah, so you still got some work to do on your Hut Cartel, but you're done with your Leia requirements. So yeah, Leia 100%. And then from there go into sorry, brain just shut off for a second. Go into Jabba. And I think that'll set you up, because right now you have a very offensive roster. You've got, you know, CLS, you've got Darth Revan, which Darth Revan could be a defensive team, but nowadays not so much. You have Emperor Palpatine Starkiller, you have Sith Eternal Emperor, you have Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, you're about to have JML. You're gonna need some defensive Galactic Legends, and Jabba and Leia gives you that. So I definitely think that's the way to go, is to just go into Leia and then Jabba. But overall, looking like a solid roster. Do keep me updated. But it sounds like you kind of got it figured out, and I don't have much to add besides get Iden Versio right now. Relic Iden Versio. I want to see it before next week's GAC lock-in. Get that for your fleet counters. Get that for your raids. Like, relic your Iden first. What's a good Palpatine squad? Mr. Rainstorm asks. All you need is Emperor Palpatine and Mara Jade. That is it. That is the whole squad. The rest doesn't matter. You can throw them in if you have them. But if you have Emperor Palpatine and Mara Jade, and Mara Jade is sufficiently fast enough, Bosk teams will never take a turn. Geonosians will never take a turn. You'll have entire teams that you can just absolutely stomp on with Emperor Palpatine and Mara Jade. They are the engine of that team. Don't sleep on a Gear 9 Mara Jade. I used it forever to counter Geos. Jumped from during the Crate Dragon Raid. Finished way too late. Job was great. Fair. If you could have Swago augmented reality, is that what you're asking, McCare? Oh, Swago style game, but set in a different universe. What would be your choice? I personally want a Pokemon game like Swago. I don't know, because most of the ones that I would want kind of already exist. They're just not very good. Like Marvel Strike Force already exists. I don't know what other IPs I'm interested in besides Marvel, DC, and Star Wars. I wouldn't mind just a straight anime one. Like, obviously I don't watch a ton of anime, but it would be entertaining to have one where you can basically, the main character and their group of people they travel with are the characters that you get in the game, and so you can basically just get your favorite characters from whatever anime's your favorites, and as new animes come out, they'll add in new animes. I think that would be interesting, and I think it would go well. So maybe that. So not so much a universe, but just anime in general, I think would work really well. Eli, how dare you? Yeah, Andy, the thing is, though, if they required Han, everyone already has Han at high relic levels, and they already required him at relic 8 for Jabba the Hutt, so I can see where they're coming from for it. Jeez, Griffin, that's insane. Yeah, I was looking at that. Like, I was looking at your General Grievous and your droids. I was like, these are all 7-star. Like, I almost want to say go for gas. But, anyways. Have I played Marvel Contest of Champions? Back when it first came out, I think, was the last time I played it. Smash Brothers to go type game where it's just characters from different franchises. Yeah, 100%. I think there is a couple of those, but none of them that really, because there's so many copyright issues, it's a pain. Okay, I'm going to bring this back over here. Whoa, or I'm going to resize it. Okay, next up we got Barry. Barry, are you still in the chat? About to finish Inquisitor stars. Don't work on the Inquisitors, please. Okay, disclaimer, if your guild is working on the Inquisitors, go for Inquisitors, but the Inquisitors are so not good. Like, I reliced one of my Inquisitors just because she's a pilot, and she's a pilot of a really good ship. But then, you know, my guild started pushing for Inquisitors, and so I reliced all of them. I'm working on Grand Inquisitor now, and I'm just not getting any use from them, like, at all. I'm excited to get the Scythe, but, like, that's about it. So, Contest Champion stays updated with Marvel characters. There's Barry. Okay, Barry, you said with the review, I'll totally go positive this week. Also remember, guys, keep putting off your pilot gearing. It's very important for raising rapid viewers pressure. Oh, you're killing me, dude. Yeah, your best car Mandalorian, of course, is still not relicked. Your HK, for some reason, is halfway to relic, though. gosh. Oh, that's painful. Inquisitor from Free Loading, like so many people in my guild. Yeah. Fair. The good news is, in the next week or so, I will have a guide out for the Grand Inquisitor event to make it easier for people with, like, bare minimum speeds and all that kind of stuff. I will warn you guys, though, the modding is atrocious for the event. You are going to have to remod. Okay. So, you have a mall lying around, right? It's somewhere in here. Yeah, so you have a mall. You have a Django. So you need to finish your Mandalorians. What are you kind of working on right now? So I see you have Leia, you have JML, Rey, Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. So I'm guessing Jabba is your next big project. Oh yeah, that's why I have one piece of gear on him too. I just threw good mods to finish it out. Yep, already 30 minutes in. Trying to get your wife to watch Attack on Titan. It's rough because the first couple episodes of Attack on Titan are just like, unless you're already involved in anime or you're okay with just disturbing images, it's just not the most interesting thing in the world. Like, I watched it and I'm fine with disturbing images, and I'm fine with, you know, I watch anime and that kind of stuff, and it just didn't grip me in the first couple episodes, and so I just stopped. You're working on Profundity. Okay, sounds good. I do want to see this BTLB as soon as possible. I don't know if you're farming it now, but please do, Barry. You definitely need a BTLB finished because you have the fleet finished. You also need to work on your echelon. Your overall fleets, I think, is going to be your biggest key factor, which I think we talked about last time. Like, you have a TIE Defender, but not a Relic Dyed in Versio. You have a Palp Shuttle at 5 stars, not finished, but you have the TIE Interceptor, and so this fleet should be finished. You have these two, but you don't have the one that you really need, which is the Marauders ship. I can't remember the name of it, but the Marauders ship does so much for you for the simple reason that it allows you to counter Profundity with this fleet right here. So, like, you have everything except for that for a Profundity counter. You have everything here to do an Executor counter. And if you up the relic levels on all of this and finish some ships, you're going to be able to take out Leviathans even before you have Scythe. So, I have not finished Attack on Titan. I watched the first couple episodes and that's it. Overall, anime-wise, I'm very picky on my animes. I've probably only watched 15 to 20 animes, somewhere in that area. So, kind of the basic ones. I just watched Akira for the first time, which, you know, is an old anime movie where a lot of tropes come from, but I wouldn't call myself like a huge person into anime, but I do like anime. Like, I just finished Jujutsu Kaisen not too long ago. Ugh. You two-shot a Leviathan this week? That's awesome. Make it a one-shot. But yeah, so I would say kind of your fleets are what's suffering, honestly. You mentioned at the beginning how to raise my blood pressure, and you are correct. Work on your fleets, dude. Get that Profundity, work on your fleets, and then I would suggest Relic 5ing your Dark Trooper, Relicking your BAM, Relicking your Mandalorian team, and I think that's kind of it. So I would say Profundity into just cleaning up your roster for a bit, and then go straight into Jabba directly after that. But I would take some time and just kind of clean up your roster, get a couple of these relic levels higher, and get your ships, specifically your ships, a little bit better, because your overall ships are just kind of struggling. So yeah, see, I don't even know what Yu Yu Hakusho is at all. I guess it's Hakusho, right? U's make an oo sound, or is it, I can't remember. I'm pretty rusty. If I asked my roommate, I'm sure he would know. He's been watching anime since he was a wee little chitlin. But yeah, that would be my yeah, no, I saw the Bane, and it is a sexy Bane. I love seeing that Relic 8 Bane. Like, absolutely gorgeous. Although this needs some work. Get a 6-dot health mod on here, and honestly, you don't need offense. I would switch this to a health primary if you can. And you want to be in the 260 area for his speed, if at all possible. So that'd be my suggestion to you, is try to get him to 260 speed. Only, well, hold on, only 3 likes with 36 people watching? That's painful. Yeah, anime is hard to get into, but once you do, you love it. And I think it's important to find a good anime for you and your personality if you're going to get into anime. Because once you find an anime that you like, you're fully hooked. But you do, it's up to you. Like, I'm very careful with my animes because I don't enjoy a lot of anime tropes. And so I just kind of stick to ones that are just generally good. Like, I love Full Metal Alchemist, that kind of thing. So... But yeah, so you want to get them up to like 260 speed. You want to get some health sets all the way around and get them 6-dot as soon as you can. This one isn't overly important. So you got the 2 important ones. So good job, dude. This is looking sexy. You're going to put in some serious work with this Darth Bane. Do you have... Let's see. You didn't pull a Banecron, dude. Dang, that sucks. Get yourself a Banecron. It's so good. It's incredible. Griffin, yeah, Visions is not a good representation of anime whatsoever. If you want a good representation of anime out of Visions, go watch The Ninth Jedi. That's probably the closest I'll say to the animes that I like to watch, where, you know, it has a good story, it has mystery, and it's just really interesting and new. So... It's under the roster review section. Here, I can actually just check. Let's see. Your name is Colin? I don't see you popping up in here, but we'll check. We'll see the welcome chat. Yeah, all I see new to the server is Eli, so I don't know what your username is in there, otherwise I'd ping. Anyways. You can beat nearly every non-GL team with it, like without it. But the Banecron basically makes it so that way he can permanently be separated from Sith Eternal and can beat every single GL without Sith Eternal. Because Bane can beat Lord Vader and Leia really easily without Sith Eternal, but the other ones he struggles with. Like, he can still do it, but they're much more iffy. But if you have the Banecron, you are basically guaranteed to win against any team that you go against. So, Dr. J, welcome, welcome. GAC, there's no GAC today, but the lock-in is in an hour and 18, or sorry, 2 hours and 18 minutes. So make sure you lock in your GAC account. Yes, the Bane spinning. How's the stream so far? I mean, we're just going through rosters, you know, having a good time. I haven't seen Vinland Saga either. Okay, we're starting to pile up on ally codes, so we're going to start working through these quick. So Iron Warrior, you're at work, so obviously I'm not going to ask you if you want your live roster review. Just you're at work and you're like, oh hey boss, yeah, so I have a Relic 2. Okay, so you're working towards Lord Vader at the moment, currently wondering what my next 2 Zetas should be, or if I should start saving them for Lord Vader, as well as I should do with your ships. Okay, so first things first, if you're working towards Vader, you need to have the Marauder and this fleet finished, which you do, and I do like seeing this. Please, for the love of all that is holy, please tell me that you're putting all Mark II currency towards the Negotiator, because you should. McAir, they've never nerfed a character, and they've already nerfed Bane by changing how the intention of his Omicron worked. I'd be surprised if they nerfed him, honestly. But it sounds like they're pretty satisfied with where he's at the moment. I don't think they will. But we'll see. How fast of a Darth Vader is good? I mean, anything that's in like the 270s to 300s, I would say is a good modded Darth Vader. Heck yeah, Caleb, that's what I like to hear. I'm excited to see you get it. Honestly, it'll be a little bit faster for you, and it'll be super, super nice. Yeah, but Negotiator is going to be super nice for this Marauder, so I highly suggest doing that. I don't know what else you have in your roster. So you have First Order. You don't have an Enchilada, so please start working on your Enchilada. Your TIE Echelon is going to be super important. Iron Warrior. So definitely something to look at would be that. Looks like you just bought... Did you buy the whole pack, or did you buy just the... Okay, so it's going to be Lord Vader, and then following that, going into SLKR. So yeah, definitely start working on that TIE Enchilada. That'll help you a ton. Tammouy. Yeah, like, I'm not seeing you at all. Like, I type in Tammouy, I got nothing. So I'm not sure. Okay. But yeah, so definitely something to look at is going to be getting that Negotiator and getting that Enchilada. You're gonna go from Lord Vader into SLKR, and then I definitely think directly after you should start working on Executor. So start farming the ships now. Whenever you have time, you want to get that Executor done. It looks like you already have a 5-star from your Hyperdrive bundle, and you already have a Razor Crest at 5-star. So definitely something to look at. You're definitely going to want to work on your Executor here next. Yeah, so you want to go through... Did I put in the wrong server invite? Is that my bad? No, I put in the right server invite. Okay, yeah. So it's called the damn Discord. Here, I can throw in another invite for you. There you go. Okay. Let me find my roster review section again, just so that I can keep going through people. Okay. Let me catch up real quick. They nerfed Zombie back in the day. Well, they've nerfed characters. They never nerfed a Conquest character, John. They've nerfed a lot of characters. They just never have nerfed a Conquest character. My Banecron has 75% health steal. Heck yeah, Griffin. I am not in Kyber 2. I'm in Kyber 3 right now. We had a really rough week with RNG this last week with things like the game crashing and stuff like that. So we've just been losing a lot. Okay, sounds good. You have a great day, TSP. How's my alt going? I'll go over it in a sec, Dr. J, if you want to take a look at it. But yeah, so as for Zetas, like, I'm not seeing a whole lot of characters that I'm like, ah, yes, put a Zeta here. Like, you kind of have all the major Zetas for the characters that I'm seeing. So I would save those Zetas for Lord Vader, honestly. I would like to see Rex a little bit faster on this list. But let's take a look at your overall mods. So keep working on your mods. You do need some work on modding. You have some good mods here, but like you need more characters up that high. Could Bane be good on defense? I don't think so. Regular testing showed that he was not good on defense. He might be able to be good in GAC, but no one's really doing it because you can still kill him with Imperial Troopers in the testing people were doing. So I don't think we're going to see him on defense anytime soon. I'd have to check the Banecron and see what it does and see if how much of it non-bows. Because if it doesn't non-bow, it could be not bad in 3v3 or 5v5 with the Banecron. But by himself without the Banecron, he's not good. So, Maker, I will check in just a moment. But yeah, so keep working on your mods, dude. But yeah, so Lord Vader, finish your Negotiator, finish your Thai Enchilada, get that SLKR, and then hop your way into a Executor. I think is going to be great for you. And save those Zetas. There's a couple characters you could throw those Zetas on. If you're really looking to spend the Zetas, you can. Like, you have a... you have the resistance here, and so you could drop the Finn Zeta and grab yourself a Zori Bliss team right now if you really want to. But I personally would save them for your GL. Especially because I don't know how hard that event is. I haven't done it yet. So, how to mod Sidious for his Datacron? A lot of speed. That's basically it. I don't know. Like, that's what most people are doing. It's just a lot of speed. So just get him as fast as you can. The crashes are nerfs. Oh gosh. Yeah, I don't know about the Crosshair leak. You know, it could just be an April Fool's joke, but like they've been teasing us with Crosshair forever. We'll see what happens. You know, I'd be interested. I love Crosshair. You know, one of my favorite characters from Bad Batch, but I will reserve judgment for now. Speed and potency, yep, exactly, it's Nova. You're telling me that you can kill Bane with Imperial Troopers? The answer is yes, when he's on defense. Because on defense, you can't give him just 2 people, you have to give him a full team. And so because you're giving him a full team, it completely shuts off most of his good stuff. He's not going to get the bonus turn at the beginning of the battle. He's not going to get all these stat bonuses. He just becomes kind of a regular guy. And so about the only thing that gets added to his kit is, like, he gets, you know, he or increases cooldowns by 2 instead of 1, and that's basically it. So, light side, it's going to be a light side Crosshair if I have any inkling of what it's going to be. It's going to be a light side Crosshair. I don't think we're getting an Imperial Trooper Crosshair. We're going to be getting a light side Crosshair, especially because if you look in Rise of the Empire, the Crosshair that you fight is it has the light side tag. He's on a team of Imperial Troopers, but he has like the light side symbol around his name. So I love your proving how they helped me clear out several more than I had managed on my own. I'm glad I could help, Colin. That's awesome. Okay, let's jump from Iron Warrior to Nova. I just saw you, Nova, so I know you're here. Don't you dare lie to me. Okay, Nova. Going for Profundity, looking for tunes I can panic farm because I don't have enough teams for Kyber. Fair enough. Almost maxed for every raid currency. Also, do you have any tips on what to use my Datacrons for? They're Datacrons. Use them for teams. I don't know. Okay, so you have a defensive Galactic Legend. Let's see. So you said you don't have enough teams. I don't know. I'm seeing a lot of teams here. You look like you... excuse me. You look like you have more teams, honestly, than Arnold does. I would like to see this Dark Trooper at Relic 5. Okay, here's one for you. Shock T with your clones. You already have clones at gear 12, and so you can throw Shock T with them, and so that'll get you one full team in 5v5, and then in 3v3 it means that you can break up your, if you have the Omicron, which I don't know if you do. You do have the Omicron, so in 3v3 you can split it up into Shock T with 2 clones, and then the other 2 clones, Rex and 5s with Captain Rex, and have 2 3v3 teams plus a Relic Phoenix team that you can just throw on defense somewhere. So, Oh, what teams can they take out? If you're putting Ray on offense right now, I think you're playing wrong. Like, yes, you can bring Ray on offense if you so choose. But I don't suggest it. I honestly would rather have you have these two Galactic Legends on offense and this Galactic Legend on defense. But if you're taking her on offense, she can basically kill anything in 5v5. I don't know much about 3v3, honestly. You'd have to look at swago.gg. Same with Sidious. Let's actually take a trip down swago.gg and take a look at what he's countering, because I genuinely don't know, and I'm going to have him this week. So now that we have some info, because the week ended, we can now check this. So attacking units, we're going to add in Sidious. And then exact, and we'll view the battles. Okay, so he's taking out Starkiller really easily. It looks like he's taking out Zori really easily. Malgus, he has a really good win rate again. Dark Trooper Moff Gideon looks to be about a 50% win rate. Looks like Malicos is an 80% win rate. This is great. Tuskens is 75, not bad. Anything over 70 and you're looking at a good counter, so. Less good Malgus battles, you got basically 100% win rate. CLS, you got 70%. And that looks to be kind of it. Qui-Gon looks to be a 90%. Which makes sense, because with Qui-Gon, you can kill Anakin before you kill Qui-Gon, I'm pretty sure, if I'm understanding the datacron correctly. Ewoks, kind of obvious. It looks like you can kill off Jedi Knight Luke, or Jedi Master Luke as well in 3v3, which is super, super nice to see. So. Yeah, see, I would, hold on. We can actually check for you right now, ItsNova. Because we're doing this, we can check through here. And that's the nice thing about GAC Insights, is because you're asking me and I pay money for this because I like you guys and I want you guys to be able to exceed and be able to ask me questions and I can answer them efficiently. We can do that. So we want defense units. We're gonna look for Ray. I'm guessing you don't have Ben, and so we'll do this. And then we're going to make sure that we have the Cron on. Has defending datacron, yes. Defending datacron primary, Holdo, view battles. Yeah, so with the Holdocron, you're looking at a 14% win rate with Starkiller, so please throw it on defense. And this is without Ben. So, put it on defense, my friend. Oh, gosh. Is it overkill throwing Hera, Relic 3, Krex, 4-star Omi, and Ezra Relic 3 to one-shot M Troopers on defense in 3v3? No, absolutely not. If you can get Krex to do anything, go for it, because he's not the best in 3v3, and so if you're taking down Imperial Troopers, it's fantastic. If you're taking down any team with him, it's fantastic, because he truly works best with the clone troopers in 3v3, so I don't think anything's a waste, really. Yeah, right here. This is Ray, Holdo, and JTR, and like, this is Jedi Master Kenobi has a 60% win rate. JML has an 8% win rate. SLKR has a 50% win rate. Like, you are looking at some solid stuff going on here. So, definitely just throw this on defense. So, Ray, Holdo, and a JTR. It's going to help you a ton. It's what I'm throwing on defense as well. So, Gas and 5s on offense. Yeah, that's what I'm doing too. And so it makes it so I can't really split it that well. Okay. So yeah, hopefully that answers your question. He definitely should be defense, especially with that datacron. But yeah, so, you know, there's some panic farm side characters you can do. CLS, Sith Empire, Shock T clones are the 3 side farms that I do if you're looking for extra teams. You have like the clones ready, you have CLS ready, you have some stuff ready to go. Just kind of finish them and get some more teams out of it, especially because Shock T clones gets you basically 2 teams. So with Ben, yeah, I can show you the numbers with Ben. So we just remove you and we add in Ben Swallow. Okay, it actually goes up in percentages for Starkiller, goes down in percentages for JMK, goes down in percentages for Leia, goes up for Malicos, goes down for Sith Eternal Bane. So it looks like it kind of just slightly increases Starkiller's viability, but it decreases most other GLs severely. So definitely something that I would suggest is Ben with Holdo as well. So yeah, it's Nova. So like if you're struggling on offense, you can take it on offense, but honestly, I 100% do on defense. But yeah, so that would be my suggestion to you for some panic teams, and good luck, my friend. Welcome to hell. I mean, Kyber. Yeah, 26 is a Hail Mary. Yeah, 100%. 70% is like this is a solid counter, because that means that the average of people can do it. Anything that's like 50% or below, and you're like, this is really iffy. And then anything below, like anything from 30 to 10%, you're just like, this is a Hail Mary full of grace, and that's it. So. TJ McConnell, are you here? I feel like I'm like summoning spirits. TJ McConnell, are you here? Show us a sign. Not sure whether to go for JML or Profundity first. Gonna get Jedi Knight Luke first either way, thinking Profundity because I'm Zader poor. Omicron requirements, Rex? Oh, you want recommendations? Okay. Does Annihilate override Holdo's Scamcron? I don't even know what Holdo's Cron does off the top of my head. Okay, Rocky Tapu, sounds good. We will jump in just a sec. Let me take a look how the Holdocron works. Oh, are you talking about this portion? Yeah, this portion, I'm pretty sure Annihilate doesn't do anything to this. Because Cat doesn't do anything to it either. So I'm pretty sure this is, because it's not, it's defeated. And so I don't think this affects anyone. We can watch, Arnold's video real quick. Just to double check. Oh, reducing health on everyone. It's going to reduce health on just one person, which is, or on 2 people, because you can't reduce the health of a Galactic Legend. But yes, I was a substitute teacher. You're not wrong. Okay, so let's go read the cron. Yeah, so if you can reduce health, you can reduce health. It's not going to change anything. But reducing health does not bring the health below 100%. It just reduces the health overall. So it would reduce the protection up that she's getting and that kind of thing, but it would not reduce... no, sorry, it's bonus protection. It's not protection up, so it wouldn't reduce that at all. So you're never going to drop them below 90% health by reducing health. In fact, a lot of the times when you do a health reduction, their health bar looks like it gets bigger because it takes the current amount and it doesn't reduce the current amount, it reduces the total. And so if they have 7,000 health out of 10,000 and you reduce it by 40%, it's going to go down to 6,000 health, but their health bar is going to go up to 6,000 because it was at 7,000, and so it's just going to get reduced to the max. So, I don't know if that makes sense to you, but... Okay. Anyways, let's, also, someone asked where I was for Kyber 3. Let's just take a look at that real quick. Skill rating of 3,135. I don't know how much you have, whoever that was. Yes, that is true, Zareven. If you reduce someone's health to 1, basically there's no way that you can actually kill them. Yeah, and McAir, if you are down for a live Grand Arena where we go back and forth like we did that one time, I am so freaking down for that. Anyways, let's jump back into this roster review. So, TJ, which one are you? It's not Jesus. Rocky. Got it. So you said not sure whether to go JML or Profundity. Usually I would suggest JML. And you have 2 Omicrons lying around. You have some Omicrons on Star Killer. You have the Savage Omicron. Here's your first Omicron, buddy. Get yourself a Zoricron, or Zori, yeah, technically Zoricron, but Zori Omicron. You have a Relic for Zori. You should be investing into her a little bit, so I would definitely drop her Omicron on her. If you want a solid first order backup team, drop the TIE Pilot Omicron on. It does help a ton. Not the TIE Pilot, sorry. First order TIE Pilot. So. We're in the same Kyber 3 range. Oh, heck yeah, Jay. We might be against each other. I mean, if this person is close to Bane, but I doubt they're close to Bane. The Krex Omicron is helpful, but not 100% vital, is the thing. And so I'm not going to suggest Krex. I would rather see the Zori Omicron, and I'd rather see the TIE Pilot, just so that way you can have a solid secondary team running with your first order, and then eventually you can throw it with Hux as you get a different team going with your SLKR. But I would say those would be the 2 that I would suggest, but you can totally get the Krex one as well. Krex isn't going to be bad, but I would do Zori and first order TIE Pilot if I were you. As for who to go for first, you bought the Lightspeed bundle, right? Yeah, so like you are really freaking close to having yourself a JML already. You have the Relic 7 for JTR. You have Chewbacca up to Relic 5 of 6, Han Solo up to Relic 5 of 6. You have Old Bennett 3 of 5. You have Admiral Akbar of 3 of 5, I think. You have Biggs and Wedge done. You have Lando at Relic 3 of 5. Like, you are on the edge of JML. So I would probably go JML and then Profundity, if we're just looking strictly from an efficiency standpoint. Especially because you already have a GL ship, so you're not, like, really needing a GL ship in the roster. Like, if you didn't have Executor, I'd say probably go for Profundity first. But considering you already have a GL ship, I do think that JML into Profundity is not going to be a bad thing whatsoever. Also, here's a source of contention for me. Please relic your Razor Crest and your Xanadu's Blood, like, now. Do this. This is very, very important for a lot of reasons, but specifically because I can counter this super easily in Grand Arena, and you can't do as much with this in your Fleet Arena shard. So please relic these 2 characters ASAP. Your overall, you want Xanadu Blood just slightly faster than your Razor Crest. So like a Relic 6 Xanadu Blood and a Relic 5 Razor Crest would be great, but if you can only afford Relic 4 and Relic 3, go for it. So yeah, honestly, McAir, you're not wrong. I've had a harder time in Erodium than I have in Kyber, which is just wild. Okay, but yeah, so that would be my suggestion to you is finish those 2 relics and then go for JML and then into Profundity. Especially because I'm guessing. I'm going to throw a guess out here. Let's check your Rebels one more time. You have a 5-star Mon Mothma, you have a 5-star Adred, so you're still waiting on some characters. But yeah, you are really, really freaking close to your JML. Let's check your ships, make sure that you have like your requirements at least done. Yeah, so you're waiting on a Rebel Y-Wing for Profundity and an Outrider for Profundity. But luckily you have the rest done, kind of. You have level 1s, but it's fine. But yeah. So that would be my suggestion for the order, and a couple side relics for you to get. Let's just take a look at your mods and make sure you're doing good. How much time does the stream have remaining? We got about an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes. Probably an hour and a half because I want to make some food before I go to work. Solid Resistance Hero Finn. Yeah, if you have that much invested into the Finn Zori team, please get that Omicron on. Let's just make sure you don't have a mod fall off. Your First Order Officer being faster than your Hux is awesome. 90 speed on Hux. Okay, solid, dude. You're doing great on mods. Light speed bundles on the way. Yes. Beautiful speculation. advoCAT, are you sure they're coming out with new ones, though? Are you sure they're not just... Because May the 4th, I'm sure they'll come out with something, but I'm guessing it's going to be the same Lightspeed bundles we've had over again, because they want people spending for the Gungans. Yeah, I went 0 and 3. That last guy full cleared me. Okay, we are going on to advoCAT. Just now finished Crex, Relic 5. I'd love to work on the Phoenix team. I mean, what do you need to do to the Phoenix team? You have the Lightspeed bundles. They're done. This is a finished team. Like, you could up Hera to Relic 5 if you want to, but you really don't need to take them past Relic 3. They'll do everything you need at Relic 3. Vepper Hunter Killer. Welcome to the damn community. Thank you for subscribing. Yes, it is you, advoCAT. Got Sidiouscron and Raycron. Do you have Sidious and Ray in your account? You have Ray. Okay, yeah, so you have Sith Eternal, so you have Sidious as well. And also Lightspeed bundles, advoCAT. Are you sure they're not going to drop a Sith Eternal bundle? Just throwing it out there since you have Sith Eternal. Okay, so Darth Sidious, you have it 666. You don't necessarily need the Zetas. You can still pull off a lot without the Zetas. Without the Zeta for Sidious. But that's sick. I would rather have the Holdocron. We can actually... I'm curious. If we swap out the Crons... So it decreases that. Okay. Yeah, so it's just a little worse. It still decreases a lot of the different teams that are going up against it. But it's just a little worse than the Holdocron. So I think either one you have is going to be helpful. What is the best Zetas for the Phoenix? Okay, so best Phoenix Zetas, I'm going to say Captain Rex's Zeta first. The bonus speed is super helpful, and all the stuff that it does is super, super helpful. So I highly suggest Captain Rex Zeta first. After that, the most important are Sabine's, Kanan's, and Hera's. In the order of either Kanan Sabine or Sabine Kanan, and then Hera last. So Sabine basically keeps the turn meter train going so far because it makes it so that she inflicts stagger on everyone, as well as it reduces her cooldown for it, and so she can just keep hitting that ability every time she takes a turn. So this one keeps the turn meter train going, and then this one's a mass cleanse that also has a foresight on all allies, and I think some turn meter. And so I personally went Sabine Wren then Kanan. You can go Kanan then Sabine, either one, but those are kind of the 4 Zetas that you want to do. So I would do Rex and then Sabine or Kanan, just depending on what you're planning on going against. Like if you're trying to take it against, you know, Lord Vader, and you're trying to take it against Reva, I would suggest Kanan Zeta first. But if you're just looking for overall viability, I would go Sabine first. So... I mean, if you're using Zeb on this team, you're already kind of messing up the team. Like, I know a lot of people like to do the whole, oh, but I get stuns with Zeb. But it's like, also your durability of your team drops off severely by putting Zeb in. Plus, you're missing out on this, which is... there's a 60% chance to also reduce that ally's cooldowns by 1, and so you're missing out on so many cooldown reductions because Chopper's getting called to assist multiple times because he has a chance of getting called to assist whenever someone attacks, as well as he gets called to assist regardless if someone uses a special ability. So you're missing out on a lot of cooldown reductions by switching to Zeb. So little PP Phoenix, exactly. I guess it's a PPP. Passion Project Phoenix. Yes. Good point, McAir. In case you're trying to figure it out, it is his Lost Commander Zeta. Do not put his Master Marksman. I'd leave his Master Marksman permanently. Like, there is no way I'm putting this on until I have 400 Zetas and no reason to put them anywhere. So... Phoenix can beat Lord Vader. Yeah, it's not great, like, odds of doing it, but it has a chance of doing it as long as there's no Maul, basically. Like, without Maul, they can do it fairly easily in 5v5. Okay, let's jump into our next person. Did we actually just go through your account, or can I just look at that? Yeah, okay, yeah, we kind of just looked at that real quick. So, I mean, it's hard for me to suggest anything to you because you are worried about Lightspeed bundles and what you get from Lightspeed bundles. I'm guessing you don't have... Yeah, you don't have Maul, but you do have Imperial Super Commando and Garsuxon. Super helpful in Conquest. Yeah, I could see it being helpful in Conquest. It's just... a Zeta for just Conquest is just... Eh. Which fleet needs immediate care? Is that what you're asking? Okay, so your first order's done. You don't have a negotiator for this one, so I'm not going to say it's a huge thing to work on. I would say this is the one that you want to put some work into right now. You have the interceptor, relic your TIE Defender, and then get yourself a, if you don't have one already... Oh, you do have a B-28 Extinction Class Bomber. Sweet. Then yeah, so just relic your Iden Versio, like, right now, dude. Like, it's going to help you in the raid. It's going to be great for this fleet. I would say that's your first thing. Solid relics there. Whoops, did not mean to click on that. Yeah, so if you're looking for, like, the two fleets that will put in the most work for you to put in effort into, I would say relicking your Geos and relicking your Iden Versio are going to be the two that, if you're really looking for some solid fleets, those are the two that you're, like, right next to. Also, finish off your Star Fortress, obviously, but look at the pilots. What about the pilots? They're relicked. Light side GL capital ship. What am I, glad you like it, Nix. What do you mean by look at the pilots? Like, they're relict. They do need some 6-dot mods, it looks like. Okay, so... here's my suggestion to you, my friend, when it comes to pilots and for your basically general thing. If you have a fleet finished, please get every single character that is at least in the starting lineup, meaning TIE Silencer, Kylo Ren's Command Shuttle, and Echelon. Make sure all those characters have 6-dot mods. First Order TIE Pilot, what about him? Oh, gosh. Yeah, that's rough, dude. Yeah. Finish your fleets. Take some time and finish your fleets. Yeah, that's rough. 50, 50, 50, yeah. Okay. Oh, absolutely, Dr. J. My general rule for pilots is if I need a a 6-dot mod for a pilot, I just throw a 6-dot mod on them. I don't care, because like I'm never gonna use Imperial TIE Pilot for anything, but he's part of my starting lineup, so I'm gonna throw anything that has like 10 speed into 6-dot mods for him, because I genuinely don't care about the character. I'm never gonna use him for any teams. I'll just throw some 6-dot mods on him to give him crap 6-dot mods. So how fast can you get a GL when you have unlocked their journey? It takes a week to unlock the GL and about 3 weeks to unlock their ultimate. Just depending on refreshes and that kind of thing. You can shorten it down with some crystals and things to being basically like 2 or 3 days. If you're willing to spend money, you could do all of it in one day if you hit the time when they have the packs out. So, yeah, like absolutely. Just 6-dot mods for pilots, especially pilots that you're never going to use. Just get some 6-dot mods on them. I don't care what speed, as long as they have 6-dot mods. That's all I care about. So, but yeah, I would say just kind of work on your ships right now, because you have a solid account going. Work on your ships for a while. Relic your adversio. Maybe consider relicking your geos. Yeah. I mean, obviously there is a direction you should go with this account, and that is the JML Profundity route. And so whenever you're ready for your next big project, you should probably do that. I would also like to see this Dark Trooper relic. So, Iden Versio, Dark Trooper, and then maybe Geos. That's kind of be my suggestion to you. Nick, are you still here? Just hit Kyber 2. Heck yeah. First in fleet every day. All assault battles are at challenge tier 1. Heck yeah. Got most light speed bundles besides SLKR finalizer as used first GL. Makes sense. Makes sense. Joined a new guild. Very competitive guild. Goal oriented recently and got Grand Quizzer done in 36 days. Heck yeah. It's about how long it took me. Just finishing up getting Riva ready, and after that I need JKCK ready by June 30th. Okay, so you're in a big time guild. Like, these guys are pushing for everything. Jeez. I would need to get Riva in 3 to 4 territory battles, but I have some time. I was thinking like JML 2 relics away, ship's almost done. Thoughts? Absolutely. Like, JML, if you bought the Lightspeed bundles, you are very, very close, and so you might as well. You have the time. Like, as you said, you got Grand Inquisitor done in 36 days, which means you're spending a bit of money, you're getting high crystals from your stuff. Like, you have the ability to get a lot of gear fast. I think JML will be no problems to unlock and have at least the character done, and maybe have the ultimate done by the time you even have Riva lying around. And like, the nice thing about JKCK's requirements is if you get them done by June 30th, the event will be around, and it's only shards and a gear 12, and so it's really not going to be bad. So, beaver casting another spirit. I really doubt we'd see that, but hey, it could happen. Okay. But yeah, I definitely think JML is 100% in the cards. I want to see absolute wish foods. My account handle is... Oh gosh. Okay, so... I don't like that. I don't like that. My friend, I don't like that. I do not like it. Sham I am. Okay. I do love seeing the Iden Versio relic. I want to see you add Savage Oppress somewhere in your roster. So I would probably do Savage first and then finish JML. I don't know if you truly mean just 2 relic levels or if you're talking about 2 characters relic. Let's check your Mon Mothma. Okay, yeah. So you need 2 characters that you need relicked. Okay, so yeah, I would 100% do Savage, and then I would move on, because Savage, all you need is, you know, 100 Chirotechs, and you have a relic Savage, and that is super, super, super nice. That is a team in and of itself. So definitely something I'd suggest to you, my friend. But yeah, I don't think JML's bad whatsoever. Let's check your fleets, just kind of make sure you're not screwing around with things. If you want to throw your ally code into the Discord or into the chat, Blue Steel, I'll take a look at some point. Keep working on that Special Forces and get it finished. You basically have this fleet finished, honestly. This is kind of the main part of the fleet. So good job getting that BTLB. Nice job having that. Nice. I would get this B28 Extinction class up to at least a level of like 5-6 stars. It'll allow you to counter Profundity really easily with your Empire fleet that you already have. Okay, so you're not even trying to build for Grand Arena. Okay, so yeah, just go for Territory Wars if you want. If you're focused on that, you're focused on that. But yeah, JML. The problem is the fact that you have a Savage sitting here that's already invested in. Like, you have a Zeta, you have an Omicron, and so it's just wasted material in your roster is the problem that I have with that. Same with this Treya. Like, it's just sitting here being wasted. So, sounds good, advoCAT. You have a great night. So, it's more about just kind of the wasted materials that you have sitting in your roster. But yeah, JML, I think you'll have plenty of time. You are paying. You got your stuff. You already have a 6-star Cal Kestis. You know, the hard ones are obviously going to be like Seer, but you already have Seer and Tarful at 5-star. Let's see. Yeah, so they're all going to be double drops here pretty soon. So yeah, you'll be able to make it, no problem, in making the June 30th requirement. So I think JML added to the farm is not going to be a problem. Oh yeah, no, it'll kill teams. It's just, you know, without the Savage Relic, without that kind of thing, you're losing out on a JML counter. You're losing out on a thing that can kill off a Leia team and leave her just alone so you can finish her off. You're losing out on just a lot of the viability without the Relic Savage. Like Darth Treya, I have it, you know, I had a gear 12 forever. A lot of people keep her at gear 12. It's just, you know, you're losing on a lot of viability just by not relicking Savage. So. Plus, I mean, Darth Treya is also a Rise of the Empire requirement. But yeah, so fit JML in. I am seeing a lot of, like, just minimum relics. Like, I would love to see a Relic 5 Wampa, Relic 5-star killer, just to make things more stable. I also like to see a higher relic. I'd like a Relic 5, but that's more of a when you can afford it, because she does basically everything you need her to do. At Relic 3, although she is a little weak, which is some problem I've been running into, and I've been wanting to take her up to Relic 5 myself. Looks like you got a good, solid handle on what characters should be fastest. PP with no research, uncompetitive guilds for first year of my 2 years, and this would go. Savage can beat General so much. Yeah, so if you have a Gear 12 Nihilus, a Gear 12 Treya, and a Relic 3 to 5 Savage, I prefer Relic 5, but Relic 5 Savage with Darth Vader and Talon, you can take down JML super, super easily. It's my go-to counter in 5v5. In 3v3, it's a little bit more iffy, but you just use Treya, Savage, and Darth Vader, and it has about a 60% win rate. And so it's a great counter. I'm not seeing a bad problem with your mods. It looks like you have some solid mods going all the way down. You don't have a solid mod fall off. You know who to mod to get, you know, the most out of your roster. I would suggest First Order Officer slightly faster than Hux, but besides that, I'm not seeing a whole lot of holes. I would like to see Queel faster than Dash, you know, just because he pushes that turn meter. Hey, Iffy. Yeah, you're right. It is. This is Iffy. I rang you. But yeah. I'd also considering where you are at the moment, after you finish your stuff, taking some time, not only to up those relic levels that we were talking about, but also like this Zori that's right here. I'd like to see her higher gear, especially with how much you've invested in her. You also have the Phoenix raring to go, so I'd love to see this Captain Rex, especially since it's already 7 stars, at least get up to gear 12, if not relic. Yeah, it does need the Treya Omicron, Colin. It does need the Treya Omicron. Yeah, you need both Omis. Yep, you guys are correct. But yeah. Overall, solid account, dude. Your account looks great. And you're kind of getting to that point where you just need to finish some teams, like where you're just like, you just need to take some time and kind of fix some stuff. So like right here, I'd get, you know, a Sith Empire Trooper and a Sith Marauder, because Sith Empire Trooper is just fantastic in any Sith team from here on out. There's also requirements for stuff, same with Sith Marauder. That Sith Marauder getting up will also factor into your profundity counter with your Chimera. So, oh, that sucks, Nick. That's so rough. Yeah, that is where all of my Zori, because I was farming Zori and I got like 30 shards for her, and then I was like, saw the event coming. I was like, oh, I guess I'm getting 7-star for free. I'll take it. And oh, it was so nice. But yeah, factor in the JML. There's a couple holes for you, but I would say wait for the holes until you have time, because you have some heavy restrictions by your guild. And I get that. I'm supposed to have Grand Inquisitor by June. I luckily got him very quickly, and so I am in the right spot for my guild. But I definitely think being a good guildmate should come over a lot of other things. I know some people don't have that opinion, but being a good guildmate is very important to not just the health of your account, but also just your enjoyment of the game. So I definitely think that's not a bad thing, so factor those in when you have time. Jay Snoogins, you still here? You somehow reliced her before double drops? Jeez. I honestly think Relic 3 is fine for Zori, because she's not like huge into taking damage because of her stealth. So like I think you can keep her at Relic 3, honestly. So I don't think it's a huge deal to take her up to Relic 5 immediately. If there's a Zareven, that's when I would start bringing her up to Relic 5 immediately. Actually, Nick, what I said was all lies. I hate your account, and you shouldn't go for JML, and you should be a terrible guildmate. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, good luck, my friend. I'm loving the push forward. You're doing some awesome stuff. In 3s or 5s... It's looking like in 3s, either one works the same way. But in 5s, I'm almost positive the Holdocron's going to be better. In 3s, I think that it looks about the same, so you can use either one. But I'm almost positive Holdocron will always win out when it comes to 5v5. So, definitely what I would go for. If you guys have a Raycron, consider trying to reroll it into a Holdocron, because it's going to be exactly the same viability in 3v3. But I think it'll be more viable in 5v5. So... Heck yeah, Arctic Gaming. That's awesome. Okay, Jay Snoogins. Are you here? Jay Snoogins, show us a sign. Yeah, I'm not saying the Raycron's bad by any means. It's just not quite as good as the Holdocron, so. Iffy over here stalking people. Okay, Jay Snoogins. You said... you just got Bane today, and he's already Relic 8. You are awesome for saving that gear. I just got Bane today. I put everything on hold to save gear for him. I'd appreciate advice on the next steps. I hope you're going for the Datacron if you don't have the Datacron already. Okay, sick. Let's see your Datacron. How's it looking? If you can, I know you've probably spent a lot on rerolls already, but if you can, reroll this to the 15% offense and 20 speed, because it's so incredibly good for this cron. Because basically, you keep summoning your Sith Trooper, and your Sith Trooper keeps dying, and each time he dies, that procs again, and so that's another 15% offense and another 20 speed. So it gets to the point where Bane is faster than GLs he's going against. So I do suggest rerolling this for the 15% health or 15% offense and speed if you can. Don't worry about it if you can't, but it's just something that'll make it slightly better, so. But yeah, Bane at 6 million. Impressive, dude. Good job. Ooh, Nova. Interesting question. I'm not sure. I honestly think the Raycron will be great by itself even without anyone else. But I don't know about the Holdocron being good with anyone else. I would assume that it would. If you did like a JTR BB-8 Holdo team, that probably would be pretty banger. It's not going to be nearly as good as, you know, putting it with Ray. But if you have a Raycron as well, I think it would be a good split. Would it be worth getting SLK to Relicate immediately? I still haven't Relicated him, and I do everything I need to with him. The only characters that are like GLs that I'm like, Relic 8 feels like it's the best thing to do when as soon as you get them is Rey, because of the fact that it increases her health and just will basically help her out more. Leia and JML, because both their health and protections are based, their damage is based off of them, and so they get a huge boost out of higher relic levels. And then Lord Vader. And so basically the defensive Galactic Legends and then JML are kind of the ones that I'm like immediately Relic 8. As for the other ones, I think it's just, if you have the stuff, you can go ahead, but I get everything I need to out of a Relic 7. Okay, so next step. So you have a Mon Mothma to gear 12. She's the last thing you need for JML, but I also have Jedi Knight Cal and DTMG both waiting to be relicked. That's rough. Okay. Well, you have 2 defensive Galactic Legends, so I think JML is a great offensive Galactic Legend to add to this account. My fleets are so pathetic that my General Kenobi is still gear 12 again. I appreciate your advice. Okay, so sounds like let's go through your fleets and see if they actually are. So you have a First Order fleet, which is great. It's a great starting fleet for this. You're going to want to relic your Iden Versio as well. You have the BTLB, so this is basically finished. Okay. Solid. Okay, so your fleets aren't as bad as you make it sound. So you have a Malicos. You have Bane. Dang, that sucks, Jay. I'm sorry. It's really hard to get that first one because it can roll anything. Because it can roll, you know, Separatists or light side or dark side, and so it has like 10 options. It's really rough. But luckily, because you have the level 9, there's only, you know, a couple options. So your odds are more down to, you know, 2 and 5 kind of thing. So nowhere to put Cat? Yeah, you do. You have a spot for Cat right now. Do you have the Raycron? You have the Holdocron. Okay, so you don't have a spot for Ahsoka right now, but Cat with Rey, with JTR, and then Ben, if you have him, is super, super nice. Like, they do some insane stuff together. Yeah, so, hold on. Let me show you this. Ahsoka gains 50% offense and critical damage, as well as if there's another light side aligned force user, meaning JTR, Rey, Ben. She also gains 50% health and defense and shares all of these bonuses with her light side allies, making the entire team beefier and having more offense, which makes Rey going from 10,000 offense to 15,000 offense if you have her at the kind of suggested area for the minimum of offense, as well as making her health insane. And giving them that beefiness is going to make it so that way all of them take a lot longer to get damage immunity. So it's going to be a really, really good character to be put with Rey. But you can also put them with Scoundrels. You can also put them with, put her with, let's see, Scoundrels, a Seer team, or a Padme team. And like all of those are going to do a lot of work. So I wouldn't say you don't have a place for Cat. I would say you definitely have some places for Cat. But yeah, so based on kind of what I'm looking at here, you have Mon Mothma in Gear 12. She's the last character you need for JML. What's the beefiest Rey team? I would say if you're struggling on ships, Relic Iden Versio first. If you're not struggling on ships, Relic Mon Mothma first and go for JML. But my suggestion to you would be Relic Iden Versio, Relic Mon Mothma, go into JML, and then Relic Jedi Knight Cal. That would be my suggestion for order of operations. This is the squad that I think I'm going to be using. I think it's under my future squads. Is it? Or is it under light side? Yeah, so this is the beefiest Rey team that I can possibly imagine is right here. So, hey Bombardment, welcome, welcome. So this is my Ufu team. So Rey, Jedi Training Rey, Cal Kestis, Commander Ahsoka Tano, and Ben Solo is going to be the beefiest team. I can't wait to get these two characters up. I just have to finish the stuff that I need to do for my guild and, you know, work on my Gungans a bit. And then I'll come back to these two, and it'll be hilarious. So, yep, baby Cal. No. Cal is great on Seer. Cal is great on Rey. They are both amazing, but you want Cal on that Seer team if you have Malicos. If you didn't have Malicos, I'd be like, you don't have that great of a Seer team, you might as well just put him with Rey. But because you have Malicos, I don't see a point to doing that. When is the vid going over squad names? Once I go through and redo all of my squad names, because I've got a couple that I need to do now that I have new teams. I just haven't had time. Okay, but yeah. So yeah, that would be my suggestion to you. I'm not seeing a whole bunch of like specific holes where I'm seeing characters that I'm like, oh, these gotta be relic. Besides like Iden Versio, that's really the only one I'm seeing where I'm like, dude, you gotta get that relic up. So it does get some holes. Yeah, dude, like Cal, Malicos, I mean, you can take out most GLs with it. You can put it on defense and get some solid holds. I've watched people in Kyber 2 just get like 7 holds with it. So I have not changed CLS yet because, you know, the original name was something that was very inappropriate. But yeah, so that would be my suggestion to you, my friend. So Iden Versio, JML, Jedi Knight Cal, and then when you have time, you can circle around and you can do your Imperial Remnant. And after you do your Imperial Remnant, it gets you the Scout Trooper, and so then you can go from that into Leia. So, like, I don't know. I feel like that feels really, really solid for this. If you want to take a break after, like, Jedi Knight Cal and go for, like, Profundity, I think Profundity fitting in anywhere is going to be a good idea. I think JML should be your first farm, but wherever you want to slot Profundity, wherever you feel like you want to get more ships, slot it in. So... Wep. Are you here, Wep? It sounds like you're driving. Okay, so you are driving right now. So, I will just do yours. Yeah, no problem, Jay. It's gonna get real confusing one of these days because we got Dr. J, we have J, and then we have J. We have 3 different people like that. Okay, so gonna be driving and listening to the stream, wondering if you could do a quick review of my account with my current plan in mind, wondering if the best overall order or should I shift it over a bit. So next, 2 Zetas on Luke. I'm guessing you're talking about Jedi Knight Luke and not CLS. Which Luke are you referring to? If you're putting the Zetas on... Okay, so CLS is who you're looking at. If you're putting the Zetas on Farm Boy Luke, I say 100% go for it. It's the most important Zetas in the game, you know? I think there's only 1 Zeta on him, but I think it's the most important. No, but CLS, I was completely joking. Please, no one put a Zeta or anything on Farm Boy Luke. I'll do something awful to you. Yeah, so CLS, you learn control, it binds all things. It binds all things is really great. Learn control is perfect for the event. Super helpful for the event for Jedi Knight Luke, but not overly, like, important overall. So if you want to skip out on a Zeta for a while, that would be the one to skip out on, is just leave out learn control. So CLS squad to Relic 3, solid spot to be in. I do like a Relic 3 squad. I would probably suggest CLS to Relic 3, followed by 3POC to Relic 3, just so that way you don't mess up the guard at all. Oh gosh, dude, if someone actually did that, I'd feel so bad. Like, you can't even imagine how bad I'd feel if, like, someone throws on a Zeta. Like, if someone threw on the Mandalorian, original Mandalorian Zeta for his leader, I would just be like, nope, I'm not streaming anymore, guys. I'll be found, you know, hanging. See you guys later. I'm gonna go play some Hangman. Anyways. CLS squad to Relic 3. Sounds great. Veer Stark, Gideon to Gear 10. Okay, so you want to get some Imperial Troopers kind of started. You have a Piet already. Okay. Zeta on Piet Unique. Yeah, so that's a good order for it. I honestly would probably switch out 3 and 4. So Zeta on Veer's Unique and then Zeta on Piet Unique. I'd do the opposite and put the Zeta on Piet's Unique. Because you're at least ramping damage. And then the Veer's one, if I recall correctly, it just adds in that there's instead of a 40% chance to gain turn meter, you get a 100% chance to gain turn meter. And so you'll still have that 40% chance to gain turn meter with Piet going, but also you'll still be building up turn meter at all times with that Emperor's Trap. And so I definitely think Piet then Veer's might be better Wep. Dark Trooper to Relic 5, great idea. That's all you really need. If the rest of them are at Gear 10, you just have Piet and Dark Trooper at those Relic levels, you are going to be doing great. SLKR to... Okay, next 3 Zetas on SLKR, and then Relic 7 SLKR. So you already have the ultimate, I have a Relic 5, so you want to do some stuff leading up to SLKR. If you're getting all the stuff you need with SLKR, great, keep going as you're going. But if you start to struggle on some of your counters, I don't know if you're putting them on defense or offense. If you're bringing them on offense and you're struggling, up his relic levels sooner or get him some more Zeta sooner. But if you're just throwing them on defense, I think that's 100% fine to leave him there for a while. So stick Ray, JTR, BB-8 to relic 7. Okay, so then you're, after you get your Imperial Troopers and your CLS done, you're going to transition into a Ray farm. I think that sounds fantastic. Yeah, the only thing that I'm seeing in here that I would swap is the Piet and Veer Zeta. And then also, if you're looking to save a Zeta, you can always save that Learn Control Zeta, because it looks like it's going to be a long time before you're going for Jedi Knight Luke. You've got a lot in between then. So just drop the Learn Control Zeta and add it onto your... add it onto like your Piet or something like that. So I would put only one Zeta on Luke on It Binds All Things. So okay, continue farm finalizer and Chimera ships as well as troopers to go with Iden. Sick. Honestly, even if you just have gear 12 troopers, you're gonna do some amazing things with Iden. We'll be listening, but not be. Yeah, okay. So yeah, I don't think you have any problems with your plan. I like what you're doing. Yeah, and so just some gear 12 troopers with Iden is going to put a lot of work in. But yeah, solid plan. I don't see any problems with it whatsoever. I do want to see that TDC. I hope you are farming the TDC since you're getting Iden. Yeah, so you have a 7-star Iden. You can, if you want to. If you're just looking for another defensive team, you can throw the Zeta on Iden right where she is. And then just throw her on defense. And it's just rude. It just is. Because it basically just means that they have to get through everyone else except for Iden. And so if you have an extra Zeta lying around, it's a fun one to throw on even at low gear. So, but besides that, looking like a solid account. You're still going strong. I do love getting the Chimera team after, you know, you finished Executor. You do have that Relic 5 Razor Crest. Like, you're doing solid, dude. Great plan. I don't see any problems with it. I don't think you need to move Ray up farther along the way. Unless you, like, really want to push a Datacron. But, like, honestly, by the time you get Ray, we'll already be halfway through when the Datacron's here. I'd rather you just take it at your own pace. So... oh, gosh. Okay. But yeah, when you are not driving around, we'll do your full-on live roster review and we can talk about it a little bit more. Zareven, wondering if you can give me some advice on how best to use my Holdocron. Don't. It's awful. Finn, Holdo, and someone maybe get a timeout. Maybe also have a look at my mods if you're... Okay, so here's my suggestion. If you have resistance lying around and you have a Holdocron, here's my suggestion for you for 2 teams. I highly suggest, please, get yourself your Ray as soon as possible. It looks like you're going for, you know, Ray here pretty soon, but get Jedi Training Ray up to gear 12. But I would do Jedi Training Ray, get her, hold on, let me read it. It's her Insight Zeta. Get this Zeta out onto her, and then do Jedi Training Ray, do Holdo. And so you're going to want a Relic 3, right? Relic 3? Yeah, Relic 3 Jedi Training Ray if you have time. Then Holdo and BB-8. But that is for people that have those. You obviously don't. So I don't want you splitting up your Zori. And so do a Finn, Resistance Hero Finn, Zori. Please get the Finn Zeta. But regardless, do those 3. And then honestly, just Holdo with any Resistance allies are going to be great. I would probably do... I'm trying to think. You don't really have great leaders right now because Finn's really your only leader. So I'd probably have to do Poe, Resistance Hero, Poe, and Amelin Holdo. So just give them a good team. But like in a perfect world, if any of you don't have Ray right now and you're looking for a team, or if you have Ray and you want to do a split, Jedi Training Ray, BB-8, and Holdo is going to be really stupid because there's a lot of foresight in there, there's a lot of dodging, and just basically it's going to add in a ton of stuff for Holdo's Omicron. So those would be my 3 I suggest. Obviously you don't have them, so I would just, you know, I'm kind of ignoring Resistance so far. You're not going to go for Ray? How dare you? Especially since you went for a Holdocron. If you got a Holdocron, bro, use it. Look at mine back in September and December. Yeah. Been finishing up some other projects. Okay. Fu and Hux thinking 300-ish. Honestly, anything over like 270 you're doing solid. I will take a look in a sec though. But yeah, so if you're really just not using your resistance, you don't have plans to use your resistance, you can do a Finn, Holdo, and I don't know, Rose, I guess? No, Rose isn't great. Resistance hero Finn. Do Finn, Holdo. If you want your best team, it's going to be Finn, Holdo. If you want to split it up, I would do Finn, Hero, and Zori as one team. And then I would do just Poe, Holdo. So, hey, Red Dead guy. Welcome. But yeah, as for what you're looking for First Order Officer and Hux, you basically just want First Order Officer to be slightly faster than Hux, which is what you already have. But like anything that's like 270 area is where I'm like your solid speed, because you got to look at it like this. So we'll go over to Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. 20%. So we'll bring up our calculator, and so we're looking at 270 speed times 1.2, and right there you're already at 324 speed. So like even with just 270 speed you're doing great. I would much rather see that speed go into other characters that could use it a little bit more, because this team already kind of does everything it needs to do at those speeds. If you want to get them faster, you can, and it'll be good for the team. It's just I feel like that those speed mods could go to other teams a little bit better. So Kay and Ali, we do roster reviews in order of when they come in for Discord, and so if you want to hop into the Discord, the link's in the description. We have a section for roster reviews, and so we go through there. Chat is where we look last if we have time at the very end. If you want to jump the line, you can always super chat, and then our live member roster reviews where we have them come on stream and we talk about it. We do first things first regardless. So oh yeah, you are right. So yeah, so it'd be 300 times 1.2, and so you have 360 speed. My bad. Thank you, Nick. Yeah, also keep in mind, I think it's 25 speed less is what you want. You want Hux to be 25 speed less if you want the perfect setup. You want Hux to be 25 speed less. And the reason for that is because if you get the speed down from the Jabba team, it throws off the order of operations. And so the speed down is negated if you get 25 speed lower on Hux from First Order Officer. So up to you, Zareven, but that is just looking at it right there. Yeah, overall account's looking good. So you're finishing some farms, I'm guessing, before you head into Ray. I do suggest going into Ray soon. It looks like you're maybe going for Jedi Knight Cal. You don't have a great spot for Cal. I don't remember, bro. Isn't that the same thing, though? 300 divided by 0.8. I genuinely don't remember, Nick. I think you're correct. Starkiller, and eventually Ray. Okay. I was going to say, Jedi Knight Cal doesn't really have a place. But yeah, Cal Kestis as a character in this roster is a great thing to have. Okay. I was just a little worried that you were like just going off on a random PP, and I was like, that PP doesn't even fit with your roster. You're gonna have to farm a lot, and so I like the idea of a PP, but I don't know if this is the best PP for you. We want to get a PP that fits you perfectly. You know what I mean? But yeah. So I would start going for Ray soon. Yes, I appreciate it, Nick. Your Seneca homework? I don't even know what Seneca is. A beefy, tasty PB. I smell like beef. Yeah, okay. Sick. And your Imperial Troopers are where? Yes, a PP is a passion project. Sorry, Nick. I should have clarified. I've got a beefy PP, Malgus. Don't you have Malgus done for some reason? No, you just... That's right, you want Malgus, and we talked about that last time, about the fastest way to get your account to Malgus. Gotta get acquainted with the lingo. The PP doesn't fit. Okay, so you're working on your echelon. You're working on this with your TIE Defender. So yeah, you have some small farms that I want you to do, but I'd rather you get Ray before you get your farms done. So like you have an Imperial Trooper team, I would love for you to relic your Dark Trooper. You know, you have this, you know, Iden Versio fleet. You need that Iden Versio up. So you've got a couple characters here or there. I know we talked about the fact that because you went for Executor, you should go for Sith Eternal soon, and that will also get you Malgus shards. And so, yes, this is still Zareven. And so, still something I think you should do, but, you know, it's up to you if you want to go for Ray or Sith Eternal first. It's just you have a Holdocron, so I kind of want you to go for Ray. Outside of Ray and SLKR, how have I beaten the Malgus Proving Grounds? I haven't. Spoiler alert. I have gotten very close with SLKR a couple times. If you have a Relic 3 Wat Tambor, you can do the Malgus Proving Grounds none too shabbily with SLKR, but without Wat Tambor and Malak, you struggle hard. And so you can do it with Ray and SLKR, but it does require Malak and Wat, which is really, really rough. So I have not been able to do it any other way. I've heard Jedi Knight Luke with his Zetas can do it. I have not done it myself yet, so. Can get Malgus with RNG with SLKR. Yeah, it's one that I played like 15 times in a row. I'm like, screw this. I'm going to go get Sith Eternal. I was on my way to Sith Eternal anyways, so. But yeah. And honestly, I think Ray is a little easier to try and roll the dice for Malgus. Yeah, let me pull out my Jabba McAir. I'll have Malgus at 7 stars long before I get Jabba. Okay, let's take a look at... I don't remember what his name is in chat, but Tammouy? It started with a C. It's Cullen. Cullen Spear. Yeah, that's you, right? I am currently gearing Sith Eternal and working on Executor Rex right now. I plan to finish SLKR after C is done. Right now I had planned to go to my Profundity right after Executor, but what would you suggest? You also look at my mods for Malak and Savage. I love to solo with them and I want to see how I can improve that. Okay, so Malak, typically it's I would swap out these two potency mods for this one should be they should be a tenacity set. If I recall correctly, if you're trying to solo, you want tenacity sets more versus health and defense sets. So that would be my suggestion to you. So you're going to still want to stick with protection primaries, which I love seeing the protection primaries. I'd also love seeing this be swapped to a protection primary as well, with just some speed down here. But overall, if I recall correctly, it's tenacity that you want primarily on solos. So you want tenacity with protection primaries. So that would be my suggestion to you. Like, yeah. And the nice thing about protection primaries is you don't really have to 6-dot them. So, yeah, I tried crew lead with SLKR before, and I wasn't getting anywhere with it, but I'll have to try it again on this next one and see if I can get it working. Hey, Rebel RX, can we get a member to throw out a General Kenobi for Rebel RX here? But yeah, so that, if I recall correctly, we can double check, because it's like the number 2 for him. So, characters, and we are looking for Malik. Malik my balls. Best mods. Yeah, so health is the top. And then tenacity. So this is the I'm soloing with Malik set. So this is the typical I'm putting Malik with Malgus or Darth Revan, and this is I'm soloing with him. So I told you, Dr. J. Malik my balls. I have 5 GLs and none of them went in the Interceptor Proving Grounds, though. I disagree, Mick. Which people do you have? Oh, hey, Mara. Mara, here. Hi. Hey, Mara. Hey, poopers. Hey. Hi. Take down. Oh. We got Mara Jade here. She's gonna help you with your roster review, Colin. Hey. Oh, you go, poopers. You go, poopers. The fact that you're comfortable like this is so frickin' weird. I have everyone except Vader and Sith Eternal and Leia. You can do it with Rey. I've done it before. I've shown it on my video. You can do a TIE Interceptor with Rey. Okay. What do you think, Mara? What should we change about this roster? Yeah? Do you agree? Well, first things first, let's check the Mara Jade. Whoa, careful. Careful, poopers. I love you. Oh, yeah, we should get the speed up on the Mara Jade, huh? I want to see that over 300. Over 330, huh? Okay. With... Yes. I know what Pinox is. Yep. Okay, so... Phoenix. Got it. Phoenix. Okay, so you have a Relic Crex, then. Yeah, you have a Relic Crex. Very nice. Yeah, I've seen a couple people do it with a Relic Crex. Okay, so... You always look so upset when I do that to you. Yeah, so for Mara Jade, I like to see her over 330 speed, but at least over 300. 330 basically guarantees that no matter what, no team can outspeed her except for GLs. Okay, so let me just open up your thing again. So you're currently working for C, and then you're going to do SLKR after. Plan to go Profundity right after Executor. What would I suggest? Honestly, if you want another GL ship... Ooh. Careful. You want to go and get in their faces, huh? So if you want to go get another GL ship, that's certainly your prerogative, and I don't think it's a bad thing by any means. You are really leaning back. But I would rather you... Okay. You're getting weird. Go ahead and go. Jate. Good girl. Okay. I would rather you fix your regular fleets. So you currently have some regular fleets sitting around that are not finished. And so that's kind of the big thing I'm worried about with your account, is instead of getting another GL ship, I'd rather see you work on your current GL ships. So here's what I would suggest to you. You finish Sith Eternal, you finish SLKR, and while you're doing those, because you really don't need much for those things, like you're pretty close to both, and so you can go for, you know, SLKR, Sith Eternal, you're going to go for Executor, that kind of stuff. In between them, finish some of these farms. So we got like a Relic 1 Star Killer. I want to see that to be a Relic 5 Star Killer. You know, you have these fleets that are like started but not finished. So like we have this First Order fleet. You're missing your Special Forces TIE Fighter and especially your Enchilada. Your TIE Echelon is so incredibly important to this fleet and what allows you to do the Executor counter. So you want to work on your off-meta fleets. Speaking of, you are working on your Executor. As soon as you're done with your Executor, this fleet will be basically ready to go. And so you'll be able to get a TIE Defender with Iden Versio and have another good fleet sitting here. Speaking of good fleets, your Galactic Republic is sitting here looking like a great fleet, except you're missing your BTLB bomber. So this is kind of the thing that I'm most worried about on your account. So fleets have always been your biggest weakness, and that's fine. But we should fix it now because it's going to hurt you in the end. And so I do think Executor is a great first step. It opens up your Chimera fleet. You're already kind of on that route with the Finalizer bundle and all of that kind of thing. So just be farming. I would say add into your farms the BTLB bomber and the TIE Enchilada. Those are the two that I think need to be added like right now. Okay, you're 20 shards away from the Special Forces. The nice thing about the Special Forces is it doesn't require any extra energy. It's just a farm from shards from shops. So you're doing good there. So that would be my suggestion to you, is just kind of taking some time and filling in holes, because you got a lot on your plate in the next couple of months. And so, like, you know, finish Sith Eternal, take a second and Relic 5 your Star Killer. Finish SLKR, take a second and get yourself a good Iden Versio. That kind of thing, where you're kind of just filling in some holes in between your major projects. And honestly, when it comes to this Galactic Republic fleet, the only thing that you need to make this fleet absolutely banger is a Gear 12 Plo Koon and a BTLB Starfighter, which doesn't take anything but Raid 1 currency and a little bit of energy from time to time. Same with your First Order fleet. All you need is a TIE Enchilada, and this fleet's immediately ready to take down Executor. So please work on that. And so couple things to kind of just add to your farming plan, just to fix kind of your fleets overall as you're working on your you know, Sith Eternal, your SLKR, and all that kind of thing. So besides that, the roster is looking good. I'm not seeing, you know, a ton of holes, and I'm not seeing over investment in things. So you have the Sith Eternal already, so you're trying to get them to Relic. But like, I'm not seeing, like, you know, you have a Savage sitting here that you didn't Relic and things like that. So you are filling holes to some degree. You do need a Relic 5 that Star Killer though. So finish Sith Eternal, finish that Relic 5 Star Killer, and then you can move on to SLKR. Make sure you're farming that Enchilada and that BTLB. But then just make sure you're filling the holes in these fleets. That is the big thing that I'm worried about. Like, put off Profundity. Put it out of your mind for a while until you can fix your current fleets. And then once you fix your current fleets, then think about it. If you want a direction after you finish your SLKR and your Executor, your direction should be JML. JML is just so incredibly easy after the Lightspeed bundles. You already have a CLS going. You already have a place for your Jedi Knight Luke with your Jedi Knight Revan. You already have, you know, the Wedge, you have the Biggs, you have all those characters. So JML should be a big project later down the road this year. But fix your fleets this year. I think that should be a huge focus for you, because the farther you get in, the worse fleets are going to be. what executor configurations Finalizer works best against. It's the basic configuration, which is Houndstooth, Razor Crest, and Xanadu's Blood. That is the basic lineup, and that is what Finalizer works best against. They can take the triple attacker lineup, and I've succeeded every time I've tried it, but I've only tried it like 3 times. It's a much more messy battle, and you're going to get worse banners, though. So, although if you up your relic levels on your first order officer, you actually do fairly well on the triple attacker, but that's only if you're willing to up the relic levels on your officer. Okay, I'm running out of time here, so let's hop into Dr. J. Porting relic mats to finish SLKR. Painfully trying to get Bad Batch pilots to Gear 13. I mean, I'm guessing that with where you have them, you probably can counter it. Yes. Okay, so you just need one guy up to like Gear 12, and honestly, you'll probably be able to take it. Can you not take it right now, Dr. J? Like, I feel this is good enough to be able to take out Executor. Can you not? Farming mod resources to convert 5 dot to 6 dot mods. Okay, continuing on your negotiator project. Where to throw an Omicron and a Zeta guidance. I mean, first things first, let's check your first order. Default configuration. Okay, okay. So if you have a Zeta, so if you have an Omicron, let's check if you have a place where you can put an Omicron without spending a Zeta. Okay, you already have Zori. Got Iden Versio. I'm not seeing a really great spot for your Omicron. I honestly would probably save your Omicron for now. And then if I were you, if you were going to spend a Zeta, I would start working on your first order Zetas. So you need the Zeta on Kylo Ren Unmasked for his leadership, which will also give you a really solid team to throw on defense or offense for you. So definitely something to throw. 24 my your ships, hence the 2 GL ships. Fair enough. But yeah, I instead of taking 2 GL ships, I'd much rather see 1 GL ship and off meta. So that way you can throw your GL ships on defense, and you can afford to take no GL ships on offense. Because if you can do that, you can always pull off the better win. So, Merciless Pursuit is the one Zeta you need for Kylo Ren Unmasked, and then the only other one you need is Hux's unique Boundless Ambition. And so those are the 2 that you're going to want to get. So that would be my suggestion to you, and just save your Omicron for now, because there will be a time when you need Omicrons up the wazoo. And it doesn't look like right now is really your moment that you need Omicrons up the wazoo. So I would save your Omicron and just drop some Zetas in the first order and get them ready to go for the event. Yeah, but that's the thing, is you don't have a full Bad Batch team going. Like, you don't have Echo, you don't have Omega anytime soon. And so I wouldn't bother. They're a very, very heavy Zeta team. They're like CLS, where they have like 1,000,001 Zetas. And to really get the full effect of them, you need all of them. And so I would rather you start working on the first order and kind of conserving Zetas for your next GL over, you know, throwing them on Bad Batch, especially because you get some Gear 12s and some relics on those guys. You're not going to need the extra stuff on the pilots, so... Hey, Age, welcome, welcome. But yeah, so hopefully that helps. But honestly, I don't see a problem with any of your farming. Let's check for holes really quick. I would like to see Iden Relic at some point, but I definitely think that can hold off for now. What was the other thing I was actually about to look at? I don't remember at this point. But let's check your speed. Oh, I want to check. That's right. I remember what I want to check. Where's the 5th? Where's the 5th? I hope I'm just crazy. Okay, so just since your Finn being your fastest, I would like to see Rex a bit faster than your gas, honestly. JML landing in my account, is it doable before 2025? Yes, absolutely. I think it's very doable in your account, Dr. J. I don't think you'll have any problems hitting that goal. Okay, let's check this real quick. Sweet, got all of them up and going. Rapid Beaver's new favorite character, Aiden. Honestly, it's just because no one levels up Aiden, and it drives me crazy. And it's like, dude, you have the fleet finished. Why aren't you finishing the fleet? Like right here, like. My suggestion to you, Dr. J, though, is instead of going straight for JML, it's going to be going for SLKR into Executor into JML. So I still think all of that is possible in the next year, but that would be my suggestion to you, my friend. It's going to take you a while to get that TIE Bomber, so I'd start it immediately. But I think an Executor is going to put a lot of help into this account. So that would be my suggestion for your kind of next big project, Dr. J, is Executor. But if JML is your PP, I get it. Keep going for JML. Get that Jedi Knight Luke into this roster. Relic that, that Jedi Knight Revan I saw in here. Oh no, my question is considering finishing. Oh, okay. So with that, can you get JML? Absolutely. I think you can. Especially once you get SLKR, you can get some solid stuff going. But the thing about your JML farm, so the biggest problem of any farm is how long it takes to farm the characters. Or the ships, regardless of what it is. So let's take a look at your rebels really quick, but like with the Lightspeed bundles, there's not much that you need. Like, you have your CLS finished. You have a 7-star Rolo. You have a 5-star Mon Mothma. I don't see Cholo in here. I don't see Cholo anywhere. Cholo. No Cholo. Okay, so, yeah. Basically, you'll just be waiting on a 7-star Cholo. That is the only requirement that you're going to be waiting on because, you know, Mon Mothma isn't going to take you long. So, you have some shards for him. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, so, like, honestly, I don't think you're going to have any problems hitting both those GLs and the Executor in this next year. So, yeah, I think you got this, dude. 100%. Especially if you like double down and just kind of go for them from farm to farm, I think you'll have zero problems. And that's even taking into account that you'll have a couple side farms. Like, I would love to see Iden Versio Relic. I'd love to see Jedi Knight Revan Relic to go with your Jedi Knight Luke. Things like that. I think even with that, you could finish it by the end of this year if you very much focus. So try not to spend your resources on other things. But yeah. Okay, here we go. I didn't see the path. Negotiator, SLKR, Executor, JML. Yeah, I think you can do all of that in 2025. Yeah, with SLKR that close, and with, yeah, Executor is going to be your big farm where it's going to take a while. I hope you're farming the TIE Bomber now because you need to start ASAP. The TIE Bomber is going to be the thing that holds you off. Honestly, I think what you're going to do is Negotiator, SLKR, and then you're probably going to do Jedi Knight Luke, and then Executor, and then JML. That's probably the order that you're going to do them. Just because shards for ships come very slowly. So, Black Knight. Let's jump into your account. This is the last one, luckily, and I do got to get to work here pretty soon. And so works out very nicely. Black Knight, are you here? Zero out of 300. Yeah, so that's why I'm assuming you're probably going to go for Jedi Knight Luke first before you circle back around to Executor. Hey, Black Knight. Oh, my back is killing me. I really need to get a new office chair. But chair, dude, a nice chair is so expensive. Okay, where is the thing that you said? Okay, just finished and unlocked Darth Revan. I'm focusing on getting a bunch of teams up to Relic at the moment because this GAC taught me I don't have enough good teams. Fair. Current plan is finish my Afra team. Need to get IG88 and B2 to Relic. excellent choices for those. Oh, this is the same account. Sorry. Let me swap that out. I hadn't even like looked over at the screen. Okay, there we go. So you finish your IG88 and B2 are excellent characters to choose as your 4th and 5th. Darth Revan team with Marauder, Bastila, Assassin, and Sith Empire Trooper. Yeah. Any reason you're not going for Malik? I mean, Mission and Zalabar and Jolie plus Bastila is what you're missing. Okay. I really don't like the idea of you going for Assassin, because Assassin's just not a great character in general until you get Leviathan. And even then, like, unless you have Malgus, she's still not great. I'd honestly rather you 4-man the team than throw in Assassin as a farm. Until you get Malik, I'd probably 4-man a team. Gonna be honest, Black Knight. Okay. Hold on one sec, Black Knight. Sorry about that. Yeah, you're not wrong. She's better than HK, but so is everything else in the game. Hey Jay, welcome. Sorry, I have work soon, and so I do want to eat food, and so I had to start the food in general. Also, I always forget to turn this back on after our stream. If anyone can, I do appreciate any donations to the Jar. We are getting close to when Jar will come out, and I'm putting everything I can. But at current moment, with only $269, we're not looking at getting a Relic 9 Jar day 1. We are looking at, you know, at least getting all of the characters up to 6-star and then farming them up, but it'll take us a couple months. But if we can get some more stuff into the Jar, we may be able to get that Relic 9 sooner. But I'm putting in as much as I can. That's about it. Would you grow a full beard? Like, do you mean like full beard? Because like I had like pretty heavy, like it was like out to here beard up until like a week and a half ago. It was about a week ago, and then I shaved it down to here because we got a really windy day, and that was the first time I'd had full facial hair, and the wind was whistling through my beard, and it was driving me nuts. So I was like, I'm shaving it, I'm gonna try something new, and so we tried this. Like for every $1 we get is a day I'll go without shaving, and then we'll see how long I end up not shaving for. Oh gosh. Yeah, I've never had a full beard. The longest I've gotten it was that, you know, little bit there. So I would consider doing it. It's just it was bugging me, and I didn't want to take the time to really figure out how to take care of a beard. And so I was just like, we're gonna shave it down. So, and if I can get this looking nice, I do like this. So I haven't watched the one for mobile gamer spending for that. I have watched Arnold's original character he ever spent for, which is Jango Fett. If you ever want to be entertained, it's really entertaining, because you just watch the pain as he realizes how much money he has to spend to get Jango Fett day 1. and it's just a beautiful video. It's one of my favorite videos to go watch. Anyways, sorry. Well, I'm getting off topic and I don't have a lot of time. Oh, Tuskins. Tuskins is a wild side farm. Zori, Krex, SLKR, Thrawn, GG, 501st with Cody. Why 501st with Cody? Use 501st with Shock T. Cody's not good. CLS, both an Iden and a Veers team. Geos, Seer Junda team, a Mandalorian team. Start getting Mandalorians up. Working on getting Sith Triumvirate with Savage and another Sith. Get a Jedi team for Qui-Gon. Okay. Where are you right now? Chromium. I mean, with Chromium, you shouldn't need more teams. You have plenty of teams going right here. But you have a lot here. Okay, so you're finishing your Afro team. I think that's a great, excellent starting place with this account because you need to finish this and get this absolutely banger. Like, I 100% agree that should be your first priority, especially because that was a PP for you. Let's see. We got Darth Revan up next. Let's take a look at your Sith Empire. So you have Darth Revan, so Sith Empire makes sense. I like the idea of a Sith Empire team. How do your Tuskins look? Like, yeah, you could throw Tuskins out and be like, let's get Tuskins, but I don't know if this is the best use of your time, honestly, Black Knight. It's up to you, but like this is a lot of investment, and you know, it's just okay. Still only 3 likes? Hold on, I gotta check this. Are you kidding me? There's only 3 likes still in this whole time? That is painful, my friends. Still only 3 likes? Hold on, I gotta check this. Are you kidding? See, even me from the past is upset about it. Oh, okay, okay. You know, an appropriate Swiggo streamer with gone. Yeah, see, I could be that person, but also I don't wanna, honestly. Yeah, there's 33, yeah. So I was just being lied to by Nix. We're good. Okay, so yeah, you are gonna be stretching yourself out a lot with your farming plan that you have here. Like, you have a ton here. I would probably, let's see, where is your Krex and your Zori? Krex is there. Where's your Zori? Where's this? I would say you can leave your Krex and Zori for a while and push them back a bit if you're looking to like get better teams, because you've seen what my Zori does. Like, I use a Gear 9 Zori and Kyber 3 and I still get holds. I got 3 holds on our last round of Grand Arena in Kyber 3. So thank you, Jesus. So I don't think you really need to work on your Zori or your Krex anytime soon. You can consider it at some point, but I don't think you need to. I honestly would rather see you get SLKR faster. And here's the thing. If you're going for, okay, looking at kind of what you're doing and what you have in this list, you have a lot in this list. I'm going to try my best to give you my modified version that I think you should go with. Afra with IG88 and B2 I think is a great first step, and I think Darth Revan isn't a bad thing. If you need another team, it's going to be a fantastic team regardless of whether or not you have Malik. It's going to be fantastic. You can get Assassin up if you want. I would cut her out just to save yourself time. Tuskens, I'd move down the list quite a ways. I get it. If they're a PP, throw it up at the top of the list. Go for it. But you're a ways away from Tuskens, and they're not overly the best team, and they're a good defensive team, sure. And they take out most turn meter teams, but most turn meter teams are not put on defense. They're put on offense. And so it's just a team that, you know, people are going to have to, you know, throw something good against. It's kind of like having an Inquisitor team. It's just like a team someone has to throw something good against. So I would move Tuskens down the list a ways. SLKR I think is a great thing. I would probably do Afra, Darth Revan, then SLKR. And then if you're looking at Thrawn doesn't really fit unless you're going to go for Sith Eternal. So we're going to postpone Thrawn for now. If he's a PP, I get it. Once again, I get it. If you want to throw Thrawn with a team, sure. But it's $5 for a roster roast of someone else. But if you want to be put at the top of the list, it's basically any amount for a roster review. But however much amount you can afford always helps the Jar Jar tip jar. I don't put a price on roster reviews because, you know, I guess some people can only afford $1 or $2. So that being said, finish SLKR, but then if you like GG and 501st, that sounds like a huge PP for you. That sounds like something that you like the Clone Wars a lot. And I want to encourage this. And how I want to encourage this is gas. So change your farm from being 501st and General Grievous into being a gas farm. And so you get Shock T with the 501st, and then you go from there and get yourself a Padme squad going, and then you get yourself the droids going with Asajj Ventress, which will give you a General Grievous team. And so going for gas will kind of solve those PPs. And so I think basically this is the last roster review I'm doing unless someone pays, because I do got to get going. I'm basically cooking food and I've got to be at work in 25 minutes. So if someone pays, I will do a roster review, but this is the last one I'm doing. So yeah, that would be my suggestion to you, is adding into gas into this little section you have here. And so that would give you your PP of these clones and these droids that you want to throw in. That'll also help you towards the stuff that you can use for the new raid coming out. So that would be my suggestion. So that'll also cut it so that way you'll be getting those around the time the raid comes out. So you'll have Afra, Darth Revan, SLKR. I leave Zori and Krex for as long as you want to, because you're still going to get holds and you're going to get good uses out of them. And then GG, 501st, Gas, Padme team, that kind of thing. Then CLS, yeah, CLS is a great farm. Iden Veers is a great farm, but if you're going to go for Iden Veers, you might as well go for a Sith Eternal team, and that'll give you your Thrawn that you want. That'll also give you your Iden Versio kind of start, as well as, you know, starting into the stuff like that with Executor and all that kind of thing, and, you know, leading into Thrawn, leading into a Veers team. Like, it all kind of coalesces like that. So that would be my suggestion to you. I'm not going to go any farther than that, but that's how I'd shift kind of the first half of your list to make it so that way you're not just farming random teams here or there, but you're being really efficient with it and you're getting some really solid stuff. So finish Afra, do a Darth Revan team, move Tuskens down the list a bit, but then after that, finish your SLKR, and then go for gas, because you know, gas will fit that 501st that you want, and it'll fit you that General Grievous that you want. So hopefully that kind of gives you an idea, Black Knight, of how I would kind of do this list, because I can see that it feels like a lot of your farms are not just their farms that you want to do because you're their farms, but they're also a lot of PPs. You really like PP, and I get it. You know, big PPs are good. PPs are what keeps us involved in the game, but I want to see you succeed as well. So that would be my suggestion for hammering the PP, you know, just really hitting that PP. You want to just be able to fit it in as much as you can. Okay. Next Reaper, if you hit me up on the next stream, I can do it, but I don't have a lot of time. Kyle Zabuladis, coming in with the 199. Thank you, my friend. So 377, 89. Okay, we'll get that in here. Oh, I love PP's age. Like, big PPs are my jam, dude. I'll jam them wherever I need to. Yeah, the PP needs a lot of speed and the right angle as well. If you come at it from the wrong angle, you're going to end up with a very poor PP. Like if you're coming at, you know, gas and you're just, oh, I want, there's Kyle popping up on the side. If you want gas and you're coming at it like, oh, I'm going to get C3PO up to Relic first, you're looking at it the wrong way. You got to choose the right angle to make the PP the most pleasurable. Oh gosh, I'm gonna put Savage right after SLKR. Solid choice. That is a really good choice. SLKR Savage is a great spot to slot in wherever you want to have an extra team. I think that is fantastic. Black Knight. Okay, very close to JML, then getting Executor. Okay. Obviously you ran out of characters. It's a problem with the 199. Okay, so is this the same person? This looks like the same person. This isn't the same person. Like, we got the right code, right? Zubi. Yeah, this is the right person. Okay. Ray, Gas. Let's kind of check over your farms, make sure you're... Okay, so here's the first problem I'm running into. Obviously, you're very close to JML. You're a ball hair away from JML. You have Ray. You're also a ball hair away from SLKR. Executor, no, not a ball hair. You just got the Executor bundle. You didn't buy the first order, did you? No, you did. Yeah, you're ball hair from both. Okay. And I get it if JML's kind of your passion project. Nothing wrong with a passion project, that's for sure. Okay, yeah. Make sure there's nothing you're sleeping on down here. Ah, we found what we're sleeping on. Okay. Let's check your Executor requirements. Have a good day with your big peepees. I gotta run. Sounds good, Caleb. You have a great day. Okay, so let's take a look at your first order. Make sure you're not sleeping. Okay, it looks like you've started your tie echelon, which is great. Keep working on that. Let's kind of take a look at your Executor farm. Okay, so it looks like Executor is going to work out real great for you. You're just waiting on your TIE Bomber. Okay, Kyle. You didn't buy all the packs? I mean, it seems like you have enough of them. You also want to work on that Special Forces TIE Pilot. Or TIE Fighter. Okay, so here's the dealio. I think JML is a great idea. What are you struggling on Executor? Do you have all the shards that you need? Okay, so you're still waiting on like Piet. Okay. You need a GL ship. Absolutely. So here's the dealio. I like your idea, and I think you have a fantastic idea going. After JML, and either between Executor and JML, or between Executor and Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, I want you to take a moment and fix some of these holes in this roster. I want to see a Relic 501st right here. That is very large. It's something you really, really need to get done. Additional side projects include this Savage up to Relic level. Definitely needs to happen. This Star Killer up to Relic level definitely needs to happen. So if I were to put an order to it, I want to see the Star Killer Relic first, the Savage Relic second, and then 501st Relic third. So I would probably, if I were you, I would do JML, finish JML, get Star Killer finished, get Savage finished, then do Executor, and then come back around and kind of fix some of these other holes, like 501st. So that would be my suggestion. Star Killer and Savage are not something you can afford to sleep on. That is a full team of 5 in one character, and that is a GL killer that you're sleeping on. So both, I think, definitely need to come up. So I would that would be my suggestion to you. Huge break after Executor finish farms. Sounds great. Don't skip out too long, obviously. Like, yes, finish some farms, but I wouldn't say start any new farms quite yet. So that's what I've been doing. I can show you my account. That's what I've been doing for a while now, is I've been just finishing farms, and it's been fantastic for my account and keeping me competitive in Kyber. It's finishing some of my fleets, finishing some of my teams. So definitely something that's good for you. You do want to keep working on your mods. Your mods are just a wee bit weak. Having your fastest characters, you've only got like 2 over 300. and none of them are over like 330. I want to see, you know, Mara Jade up to 330. I want to see your Rex up to at least 300 speed. So you do keep working on your mods. If you need a good mod filter and a way to farm mods, you can find the video on my channel. I might be coming out with another one this week, but that one's going to be more of a very back to basics kind of idea of mods and explaining to new players. But regardless, go check out my mod videos if you need a good mod filter. But yeah, so don't take too long on your like finishing your farms though. So you're going to want to finish the ones you currently have. Don't start new ones though. And the reason I say that is because you're really close to SLKR, and I'd love to see you get another GL into this account. Plus, getting SLKR guarantees you some really good rewards from Places of Power, which is, you know, going to give you 10 Chirotechs of each type each month, as well as Zetas and all kinds of stuff. So don't sleep on getting your SLKR ASAP. Let's check your Rebels real quick. Okay, yeah. Sexy. That'll also give you time to kind of get some Zetas into the Mon Mothma team and get your Mon Mothma team off the ground. Yeah, the Zeta shortage does suck. You are not wrong. You're going to be short on Zetas for a long time, but you will eventually catch up, I promise. I'm starting to get there on my account, and it's been super nice. But overall, count looks good, but I definitely think you need to take some time and finish some of your farms. I'm not going to tell you to do them before JML, but I do suggest at least Star Killer and Savage before you go into Executor. Also, make sure you're working on your TIE Echelon, your First Order Special Forces. And I cannot stress this enough. Please relic your Cad Bane and your BAM. I know they're not requirements, but they help a ton for the fleet, as well as relicking your Razor Crest is going to very much help in the bonus tier. He kind of sucks at tier 8 for the bonus tier. But regardless, I got to get going. I got work in like 15 minutes. We are going to jump in with our end screen, so let me just get that going. I need to start like there's a thing that I can do to make this automated, and I need to do that. But for now, hold on, we aren't quite ready. Where is it? One of these is the right one. Is it this one? Yeah, it is. There we go. Okay. Thank you guys so much for coming out. I do want to remind those that are still watching, you have 15 minutes to relock your roster in. So please lock in your roster. Go and do that. Make sure that your roster is current and ready for Grand Arena. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm glad I was able to help a lot of people with roster reviews today. Not a lot of time to do roster reviews. A lot of the times we're doing Grand Arena, and so I'm glad we got to take some time today and do that. Thank you, all of our damn contributors. You guys make this possible. You guys are awesome. Same with my damn elite. Thank you guys so much for being reoccurring members. You guys are all awesome. Big thanks to ADP for being our damn sugar daddy, sitting at $34.63 like a boss.